Well, good evening, everyone. We hope that you had a wonderful Christmas holiday with your family. It's getting close to New Year's, and that means it's time for conference play to return again. And tonight, that's what we have for you here in Canyon, Texas at the First United Bank Center, where the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M take on Midwestern State, a matchup between one of the top teams in the conference versus one of the teams at the bottom at this point. But as I welcome in my broadcast partner, Kent Johnson, we'll slide down a little bit. And, Kent, we're glad to be back here and watching some hoops. I mentioned WT being more up at the top of the conference, Midwestern State at the bottom. But in conference play, we've learned this over the years, it means nothing, right? Because you come into these games, and especially after the Christmas break, these teams have played some games, obviously, but they know what's at stake, and you got to be on your A game. Last year, the Lady Buffs went to Wichita Falls, and they lost to the Mustangs of MSU as you look at Midwestern State there. So let's talk Midwestern State first. KJ, this team is 3-8 overall. They're 1-4 in conference play, including 1-4 on the road this year.
Well, to put it bluntly, they've lost and they've not been losing close games, and that's something that Christopher Ray is trying to right the ship, so to speak.
Right.
They have good, solid play inside, but they just, for lack of a better term, they have not gelled yet. They've been losing games, and they've been losing games by large margins. But as you say, you get in Lone Star Conference play, and for whatever reason, it gets down to nitty-gritty and rumble-tumble, and the games are close.
And they've got a couple of players, one a senior and then one a freshman that had kind of been leading the way. The freshman is number 24, Diamond Griggs, right there. You look at Griggs, 5'11", true freshman from Waco, and she's averaging 11 points a game, 6 rebounds. Mandy Withy is the senior leader for this team. She's a 6-foot senior from Granbury, 8 points a game, 9 rebounds, and leads the team with blocks as well. For the Lady Buffs, Kent, as we turn our attention to West Texas A&M and talk about Josh Prock and his ball club, 10 wins, 2 losses. They're 3-1 in LSC play, and it's hard. We had some people asking us over the break, what do you think about the Lady Buffs? They're 10-2, but you've seen them play a couple of times. What do you think about this year's team? It's hard for us to have a true gauge right now.
Well, that's because Josh Prock hasn't been able to put the same 5 ladies on the floor at the same time. Sam Roberts has missed games with a knee injury. Carly Motzenbacher's missed games with a leg injury. Lauren Taylor's missed games. Jayla Burgess has missed games. Now we find out Braylon Dollar's going to miss the rest of the season with a knee injury. Fortunately, other than Braylon, everybody's back in the fold this evening, so maybe we'll get an opportunity now with conference play starting of seeing what these Lady Buffs are all about. What we do know is, regardless of who he puts on the floor, they are cohesive, they play together, they've got great depth.
Yeah, for West Texas A&M, you see the Lady Buffs huddled up there at center court. Braylon Dollar gingerly, obviously, leading them onto the court tonight, and that was a neat thing to see. But, yeah, she's out with her knee injury. Sam Roberts had a knee injury earlier in the season. It wasn't a season-ending injury, though. She missed several games, was able to play limited minutes in their tournament that they played at the Tampa Holiday Classic. She logged 8 minutes in their loss, 67-51 loss to the number 9 ranked team at that point, Tampa, who was a very talented squad. But we're excited to see this team tonight with Zam, hopefully playing more minutes. She is that part of the car that makes it go and makes it go right.
Yeah, she's got a knee brace on. It's cumbersome. This is her second game to play with it, and it's been 2 weeks since they have played. So we'll see how it goes with her, but you are right. She is she's the one that presses the throttle, so to speak.
We'll have our national anthem, and when we return, we'll have these starting lineups in the opening tip here between West Texas A&M and Midwestern State.
Fans, before introducing the starting lineups at this time, we ask that you please join in a moment of silence for an outstanding West Texas A&M fan who we lost just this past week. Gary Hyatt was one of the greatest West Texas A&M Buff Nation representatives that you could ever imagine. He was such an outstanding supporter of all of our teams, both financially and with his time. Many of you don't know, but the Lady Buff Volleyball Ice Cream Booth was his brainchild back in the 90s. And literally, fans, he raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for Lady Buff Volleyball scholarships. His was the voice that you always heard above all others performance at WT sporting events, a member of the WT Hall of Champions. There will be a service for Gary, a memorial service where he will be remembered, him and all of his friends and family, on January the 6th at 10 o'clock a.m. at Trinity Baptist Church. Let's all please keep his wife Kathy and his children Katie, Cody, Casey, their spouses, all of their kids and grandkids in our thoughts and prayers. Please, a moment of silence for the great memory of Gary Hyde. Thank you, fans. Now we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor those brave men and women who serve our country and honor our country at this time with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, let's look at Midwestern State. The Mustangs, led by head coach Christopher Ray, in his third season with the program. 3 wins, 8 losses so far this year. They are 1-4 in LSC play. The starters for MSU look like this. 00, Shaughnessy Miller. She's a 6-foot senior. 9 points a game, 4 rebounds for Shaughnessy. Number 4, Natalie Stice, a familiar name. And that is because she was an outstanding player over at Eastern New Mexico. The junior from Tahoka transfers over to Wichita Falls this year. Their leading scorer at 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, shooting the ball well from the outside. Number 10, Kennedy Green. She's a 5'7 junior, originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, transfer from Temple University. 8 points a game, 3 rebounds for Kennedy Green. Number 23, mentioned Mandy Withy, 6-foot senior from Granbury. 8 points, 9 rebounds a game. And number 24, Diamond Griggs, 5'11 freshman from Waco, Texas. 11 points, 6 rebounds a game. 2 straight double-doubles for Griggs, including 19 points and 10 rebounds in Midwestern State's win their last game against Dallas Christian, which they easily won that one 83-43. All right, the lights are off. The fans on their feet here at the First United Bank Center. It's time to look at the starters for the West Texas A&M Lady Buffs. 10 wins, only 2 losses. One of those coming to a top 10 ranked team in Tampa at the Tampa Holiday Classic. The Lady Buffs are 3-1 in LSC play. That 1 loss at Texas A&M Kingsville, 71-60 was the score in that defeat on the road. Josh Prock in his second season, 36 wins, only 13 losses. All-time in his career, 245 wins. The starters, there's number 11, all smiles for Zam Roberts, 5'7", out of Portales, New Mexico. 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, and only playing her 8th game this season. Number 23, Carly Machsenbacher, 5'8" sophomore from Moorhead, Minnesota. 12 points a game, 8 rebounds, leads the team with 20 steals. Number 24, there's Nylam Fabach, 6'4" junior, a transfer from Northwest Nazarene. 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, 15 blocks. She had a double-double in the loss at Tampa, 12 and 13. Number 30, Lauren Taylor. She has been playing some really good basketball. 5'10" senior from Collierville, Tennessee. 9 points a game, 4 rebounds for Lauren. Taylor is 29 points away from 1,000 in her career. And number 33, Jayla Burgess, 6'2 sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 11 blocks on the season for Jayla Burgess. Lady Buffs, going into this conference game tonight, lead the league in scoring defense. They're 5th overall in offense, 3rd in the conference in rebounds, also top 25 there in rebounds, and they're 16th in the nation in blocks. All those defensive numbers spell trouble, Kent, for Midwestern State, because the Mustangs, in talking to some of their people before the game, they've played hard. They've played pretty good defense, and they've rebounded the ball well at times. They are struggling to score the ball.
Well, they are, and the Lady Buffs play that tight defense. I'm looking forward to watching Nylam Thabot. She started to come around just before the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Her most recent game, as you mentioned, down there against University of Tampa, she had 12 points and 13 rebounds. Midwestern State's strength is under the boards, too, so that might be a good battle.
It'll be Withy and Jayla Burgess that will jump center. The tip is controlled by Lauren Taylor, flips it back to Zam Roberts, and we're underway. Lucas Kinsey, along with my broadcast partner, Kent Johnson, we are glad to have you with us here for the last basketball games of 2022. We'll be with you on Sunday when it's 2023. Here's the first possession for WT, being very patient. Good pass. Machenbacher fires it into Taylor. She missed it, but there's Thabot to clean up the boards and score easily to put the Lady Buffs up 2-0. It's just a hard task, KJ. Talk about MSU being a good rebounding team, but there's so many bodies that you have to get boxed out. On the other side, Thabot blocks the shot away. It's still loose, and the Lady Buffs will pick it up. Just that length inside on both sides of the floor can be tough for the opposing team.
And as we mentioned, the bench is so deep. Josh Brock can substitute fresh legs in there, and it really doesn't affect the play on the floor.
Burgess goes under the goal. Left-hand try, no good. Good defense by Midwestern State that time. Withy, along with Diamond Griggs. This will be a two-pointer, and it's good. Kennedy Green puts it in. The junior transfer from Temple gets the Mustangs on the board. Lady Buffs break the press easily. Thabot drives into the paint. She's fouled and will shoot a pair of free throws. So Midwestern State trying some pressure in the backcourt, and WT sliced and diced. Got the ball down inside the paint. Foul was on Griggs. And a quick sub in. You talked about this bench for WT. Kent, here's a player we have been really impressed with this season. Much improved, number 2, Asia Himer. A couple of games she's led the team in scoring. Last couple of games ago, she had 22 points against Texas A&M International, where she hit 6 3-pointers. But her defense has improved as well this year.
And on the trip to Florida, she worked her way into the starting lineup for a couple games.
So good to see Himer playing well. Good to see Thabot getting that first free throw. She has scored all 4 Lady Buff points. And now WT will go with some token pressure here in the backcourt. Midwestern State, they have struggled turning the ball over. 21 turnovers a game. They average. And there's a first. Lauren Taylor will take it the other way. Good defense, though. Withy blocks the shot out of the air. And the Mustangs push. Stice, bounce pass. Nice. Underneath to Shaughnessy Miller. So early in the first quarter here, Midwestern State able to find some good buckets in the paint. Machenbacher into the defense, hands off to Thabot. She'll turn and soft touch. That's one thing we really like about Thabot, Kent, is she's tall and a traditional post player, if you will, but her touch is really nice in the paint. There's a double team that leads to a wide open Mustang player, and a foul's going to go against West Texas A&M as Diamond Griggs hit the floor and was pushed. She's got 2 free throws coming.
They got Thabot with the foul. Okay. Her first, the first team foul against WT, and that'll send Diamond Griggs to the line.
And a good penetration and dish that time by Midwestern State. Give credit to number 10, Kennedy Green, who has done that a few times already in this ball game. The free throw is good for Griggs. And the Lady Buffs lead is at 1. Kamira Decker set to check in here for WT after this free throw.
WT substitution into the game. The 6'2" senior post.
You go back to last season, the last time these two teams played, it was Midwestern State that won 61-49. They held the Lady Buffs to only 20% shooting in that victory for Midwestern State. Lady Buffs hoping they can get revenge tonight. 3-point try from Zam is in and out. And you hear Coach Christopher Ray saying, push it. Travel's going to go against Griggs.
That was a little RPO there, wasn't it?
We've been watching the bowl games, and yeah, that looks like what we saw a few times over the break. Speaking of the bowl games, Kent, your picks for the playoffs, you're going to go with the favorites in Michigan and Georgia. There's a three-pointer good for Asia Himer.
Nice shot by Asia out there. You know, it's hard to go against Georgia until someone shows they can beat them.
Which has been a while.
I think any of the other three teams could beat each other or lose to each other.
Okay.
Ohio State's got their work cut out for them. You know, Michigan defensively is going to limit TCU's possessions. TCU has some quick strike ability, but they can't go into this game thinking they can play like they have most of their season where, 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, they're down by 10 and they're going to come back and win. Michigan's too good for that.
Well, you and I being Big 12 supporters, so to speak, we're hoping TCU can win. There's an inbound pass to Stice. She'll put up a 2 and miss it. Ball tapped around, controlled by Midwestern State. And so they get another chance. Stice tries the 3 from the left wing, and it's no good. I still say, though, for TV, Kent, the best scenario is Ohio State and Michigan playing for a national championship. That would be pretty cool.
And it could happen.
All right, that's enough football talk. We'll get back to the game here.
Hey, we can talk at some point. The Buffs have a new head coach since we were here last, and hopefully our next homestand will get them on the air with us.
Well, Asia Himer is lighting it up from downtown. She hits another three-pointer and doubles up the Lady Buffs lead. It's 12-6, first quarter action here with 6 minutes to play, and that's a foul, a bump. As right now, Lady Buffs having some trouble staying with Kennedy Green.
This is going to go against Kamira Decker. Her first, team's second. Send Kennedy Green to the line for 2 shots.
More subs for WT. Holly Stalter, her first time on the floor tonight. Freshman from Hooker, Oklahoma, will join Himer, Matzenbacher, Kamira Decker, and Jayla Burgess. And the first free throw is off the rim, no good for Kennedy Green. Broadcast tonight being brought to you by the Thunder Vision production crew. They got a chance to spend some time with their families and get rested up, and now it's back to what we like, Kent, as you get back in January, February. It's a lot of conference basketball coming your way. Free throws, no good, both of them, so could be 12-8. Instead, it stays 12-6. Matzenbacher passed the defense, thought she was hit on the arm, missed the shot, and then a foul's going to be called against WT.
Yeah, they got Kamira. That'll be her second. I think Carly thought she was going to draw the foul and altered her shot rather than just going strong to the board. If she'd have gone straight to the rack, she'd be at the line right now.
Well, Coach Prague not happy, and it wasn't the officials that he was upset with. He was upset with his team there. Felt like that possession did not go the way that he drew it up. See if the Lady Buffs can turn up the defense. They lead 12-6, but to this point, Midwestern State has done some good things. We're going to see a foul called as they were double-teaming the ball. Jayla Burgess and Asia Himer. And somebody got in the cylinder.
Violated the personal space. There you go. Our officiating crew tonight, Michael Nichols, who made that call, Victoria Francis, and Chandra Twine.
Which is a great basketball name, right? You say Tickle the Twine.
Tickle the Twine.
Shot goes up, missed, rattles around, and is out of bounds. It's going to go back to West Texas A&M. It's still a 6-0 run right now for WT. It's a scoring drought of nearly 2.5 minutes for Midwestern State. And the numbers show the story of what we were talking about as the game started, KJ. The Mustangs shooting just 33%, 2 for 6. Feels like they're playing competitive, but they only have 6 points to show so far. There's a lazy pass and an easy steal from Mandy Withy. Turnover on the parent pass from Motzenbacher. Ball goes in deep to the paint. Shot missed by number 14, Yasmin Sifawi. And that's going to take us to the media timeout. So 12-6 your score early here in the first quarter. Josh Prock trying to get his team fired up as the Lady Buffs have the early lead here in this Lone Star Conference battle. We're back with more basketball right after these messages.
Check out your WT Trivia.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back to Canyon, Texas. Midwestern State will inbound here as the Lady Buffs lead by 6.
Lady Buffs shooting 44% from the floor, 4 of 9. They're 2 of 3 from three-point range at 66%. Defensively, they've held Midwestern State to just 28% from the floor, 2 of 7.
So during the timeout, what do you think Coach Prock's talking to his team about, Kent?
Intensity,
Yeah.
effort, the basic tenets of Josh Prock's teams.
Shot missed, and the rebound falls into the hands of Motzenbacher. She'll push ahead.
You know, I would think they try and up the tempo a little bit from what we've seen here in the first 5 minutes.
Burgess took one dribble and then was cut off. Good defense on this possession so far by the Mustangs. Thabach squares up, takes a shot, no good. And a good box out and rebound there by Sifawi.
And Nylam didn't do a good job of following her shot.
Good penetration into the paint, but the left-handed layup no good for Kennedy Green. And Midwestern State now is 0 of its last 6 from the field, nearing a scoring drought of 4 minutes. Lady Buffs not capitalizing, though, as that lead has stayed at 6 for quite some time. Motzenbacher spins and then is hit on the arm, so she'll go to the line. And I think the foul is going to go against number 10, Kennedy Green.
Second
team foul against the Mustangs.
See Carly here.
Carly to the line. Just got in under the arm and
and
went up.
she spins. Sifawi is your help defender on the backside, but she had to stay with the botch. And that goes back to defense principle number 1, Kent, stop the ball. You let that ball get past you on defense and a lot of bad things happen. Motzenbacher makes the free throw. Harley Motzenbacher, the sophomore out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Season high, 21 points early in the season against Nebraska Kearney. And she gets both free throws to go. You know, Carly does so many things for her team, steals, rebounds, points. Also doing a good job this year leading the team in assists with 30. Pressure in the backcourt. Midwestern State breaks it across the half-court line, does a good job. Into the lineup, Jordan Mathis, number 22. She's a senior from Rockwall. As the Mustangs trail by 8. They have not scored in over 4 minutes. They're going to throw it away, give the ball back to the Lady Buffs.
Stice tried to force something there that wasn't.
You know, you talked about Coach Prock in his timeout, Kent saying, hey, just be more aggressive. That goes both ends of the floor. I think for Coach Ray, that's what he would want his team to do. You know, be aggressive. The shots, sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't, but you can't have those turnovers like they just had on that possession where you don't even get a shot attempt. Stalder double team.
Nice feed.
Gets it to Thabach for 2. And it's now a 10-0 run for West Texas A&M.
I said I was interested in seeing what Nylam could do tonight. She's got 8 of the 16.
We're going to have an illegal screen call against Midwestern State that Coach Ray, hands on hips, does not like that, because that is 2 straight possessions where his team has not put up a shot.
Markayla Johnson draws her first personal, 3rd Mustang team foul, and that's going to be the 4th turnover against MSU here in the first 8 minutes.
Well, Stalder throws it right back to Midwestern State. She thought her teammate was cutting the basket. What a block from Burgess. It was a good drive by Jordan Mathis. She got up in the air, or Markayla Johnson, excuse me, and then Burgess stuffed it. You know, she's a great athlete, but with Jayla Kent, the timing is just perfect.
You love it when they block the shot and then control it and dribble out from underneath.
Jayla relishing in that role of defensive stopper. She can really guard a big underneath. She can guard players on the perimeter as well.
We have Kayla Kane in the lineup for the first time tonight for the Lady Buffs. Freshman from Wellington.
And she showed some flashes already just in her first season of really good basketball like that, but she's fouled, missed the layup.
Yeah. Send her to the line.
Just has a good knack of scoring, finding different ways to get herself in position to either score or get to the free throw line like she did right there, drew the double team, and Kane goes to the line.
Yasmin Safui with the personal foul, her first.
First free throw off the back rim. Kyla this season a 67% free throw shooter. Her season high in points came against Oklahoma Panhandle State, 12 points in that game. And really it's this roster, it's a mixture of some players that have that experience from making the Elite Eight last year, and then also some youngsters. I mean, Stalder out there, Kane out there. And then you get your transfer players that came over like Thabach, Kamira Decker. Midwestern State breaks the press. It's not really where they've struggled turning the ball over. They've turned it over more just in the half-court game. It's a bucket down on the right block for Sifowi. And for Midwestern State, that snapped their drought. It was close to 6 minutes. Lauren Taylor with a three-pointer with a defender right in her face. Splashdown from Lauren Taylor. And her mom and dad, who are sitting just a couple rows down in front of us, can't they like that? It's a good thing with these games that come when they're still on the holiday break, is a lot of the families can come.
Yeah. Opportunity to meet and visit with them.
Her parents from Tennessee. Taylor thought she had a steal, and I think the Lady Buffs are still going to get it back. It was a kick, but a kick from one of the Midwestern State players. Our score 20-8. West Texas A&M enjoying a 14-2 run. As they had that slow start, Coach Prock called the timeout. Forehead was already getting a little maroon, and whatever he said in the timeout, it worked.
Intensity's ratcheted up a little more. 14-2 is a pretty decisive run.
Sam Roberts back in for West Texas A&M. She started, logged 5 minutes, gave her a breather. Now she's back in. Good post up by Taylor, and then she's fouled. That was just a matchup, a mismatch there underneath. Taylor recognized it, and she wanted the ball, and she got it.
Eternity Jackson charged with the foul. The senior from Burke-Burnett picks up her first.
It's the luxury that Taylor gives you here, Kent. We see the previous possession, she nails a three-pointer. Well, she can also take a smaller defender and go inside. Free throw good for Taylor.
She had 11 points against Tampa. Had a good road trip to South Texas, 18 points against A&M International, and 10 points against A&M Kingsville.
And she already has 5 here in the first quarter for West Texas A&M. The Lady Buffs lead is 22-8. Under a minute to play. Short corner shot from Griggs is good.
Spotted up down there on the baseline.
Yep.
Catch and shoot.
Diamond Griggs with now 4 points. Cuts the lead back to 12. Zam Roberts uses the screen, steps back, missed the 3. And a long rebound to Midwestern State. Griggs cut off. Good defense by Thabach. Just built a wall down there. Green, who they've had a tough time staying with, whips a pass down inside, but it's too hot to handle for Griggs. Turnover, ball back to WT. Right idea, but just a difficult pass.
That's twice that Midwestern has tried that kind of a sidearm pass.
It's a Patrick Mahomes pass.
Yeah, and both times they've turned the ball over doing it.
Here's Motzenbacher with only 6 seconds left in the quarter. Kane cut off, in trouble, 2 seconds, and tried to throw it off the leg of the Mustang defender. Instead, it's a turnover and an empty possession, and Coach Brock coming out to midcourt to meet Kyla Kane and give her some instructions. But overall, the first quarter, very good for West Texas A&M. Kent, they're going to have a 22-10 lead.
Started out quick. Midwestern State did a little surge, tied it at 6. It's been Lady Buff since.
All right, we'll come back with second quarter action here from the First United Bank Center after these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
There's a look at Josh Prock. Lady Buffs lead 22-10. And again, slow start, but it was 6-6, and then all of a sudden the Lady Buffs had really stretched their lead.
Well, defensively, WT holding Midwestern State 4 of 12 from the floor, 33%. They've only attempted Midwestern State 1 3-point shot.
Good defense against Kennedy Green being applied by Zam Roberts. Ball goes inside to the freshman Griggs. Spins. What a nice move for Diamond Griggs. And that's a freshman going at a senior. So impressive move for the 5'11 player from Waco. And Griggs is going to come up nearly. Oh, she did. She stayed in bounds. Got the steal and was fouled. Some good athleticism there. It looked like that ball was heading out of bounds. She managed to keep it in bounds and drew a foul.
Fouls on Zam Roberts, her first.
It's a tightrope here.
Good hustle, just staying with it.
Foul went against Zam.
At the line, shooting for Midwestern State.
So a couple free throws coming here for Diamond Griggs. She's a 67% free throw shooter. Griggs has really done most of the lifting here in the first half offensively for Midwestern State. 7 points, looking to make it 8. She does. So this is the start that Coach Ray wanted here in the second quarter from his team. Again, they have struggled on the road. They're 1-4 on the road this season. They've lost their last 3 straight games away from Wichita Falls. Taylor, tough shot. Missed it. Good defense by Jordan Mathis. Shaughnessy Miller back in for Midwestern State wearing 0. That's what we were trying to figure out, Kent, if it was a 0 or a 00. You and I are old school. We like 00 because of the chief, Robert Parrish. with Boston from the old days, the Celtics. There's a reach foul against the Lady Buffs with just 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah. Get down that deep. Just play defense. They get Asia Himer, her first, second Lady Buff team foul. Robert Parrish from Centenary.
Oh, really? Okay, that's what I was thinking in my head. I was thinking about the basketball trading cards and where was he from? Where did he play?
Yeah, Centenary College, Shreveport, Louisiana. There's a wild pass. They got away with it.
6 seconds to shoot it here for Midwestern State. Eternity Jackson will pull up from deep and hit it.
Wow.
Bang. And she knew it. I mean, give Jackson credit. Her eyes were up. She knew how much time was left. I think it surprised the defense of WT. She just pulled up and splashed in that three. A couple feet behind the line. A whistle and a foul called against Midwestern State as Zam Roberts was on the drive. Foul on the floor. Did it go against Green?
Green.
Okay, Kennedy Green. They don't need her in foul trouble. She has been doing some good work offensively for Midwestern State. Roberts squeezes through a couple of defenders, is fouled, and Kent, even though she missed that shot, that's one that you want to see Zam go for, because that means you're trusting that knee, trusting your body to make that type of a physical move.
Eternity Jackson called for the foul, her second. Zam at the line, 9 of 10 this year.
And you and I got to know Zam pretty well last year. Very mentally tough, right?
Yeah.
But that is what, for players that have had any kind of knee injury, no matter how severe it is, it's a mental game of trusting your body.
You've got to do a few of those stab steps to know that the knee's going to hold up. When she first hurt it, there was concern that she'd done some structural damage, but then she got the MRIs back, the reports, that structurally it was fine. It's up to her now to believe that she can do it.
Nice steal from Machenbacher. Saves it back to Thibachi, and here comes WT.
Here we go.
Taylor, quick release, and hit is good again. This time from the far corner.
From defense to offense, that's the way the Lady Buffs want to play.
Yeah, beautiful sequence there. Started with the steal from Machenbacher, and it ends with a Lauren Taylor three-pointer. Here's Griggs. She hits a jump shot. Yes. Just a step inside the three-point line and a good release. We can see why Midwestern State, we're talking to the radio guys before the game, and they were pretty excited about the freshman from Waco. There's a left-handed layup by Machenbacher. It's back-to-back possessions where Zam Roberts has dished out some assists. Zam now has 3 assists. Stice hustles in and grabs that ball, but she throws it to Machenbacher, and Carly was off to the races. Nobody was going to catch her, and so probably a smart foul by Midwestern State. They call it on Withy.
Mustangs, Mandy Withy, whistled for that reach. Her first personal foul. 3 team fouls on Midwestern State.
Six minutes to play. Second quarter down in Lubbock. Lubbock Christian leads Cameron 42-6.
In football?
No.
No, neither of those two teams play football.
They did not start the program. No, that's basketball. 42-6.
42-6. Wow.
And the Aggies will be the Lady Buffs' opponent this Sunday.
Wow. Well,
I don't normally interrupt you, but I thought that one was worthy of comment.
At the Rip Griffin Center, shots can start falling for the Lady Shaps in a hurry. So that's going to be an and one. A foul goes against WT, and Diamond Griggs does work inside again. She is keeping the Mustangs in this game here in the first half. Griggs in double figures already with 12 points. Look at the muscle inside. Going against the botch.
Yeah, watch those arms there, Nylam. That's what got you. Some other scores from around the conference. Women's basketball, a final. Texas A&M International 62, St. Ed's 54. Texas Women's defeats Arkansas Fort Smith 86-75. Then again, 45 now to 11, LCU over Cameron.
Good shot from Jayla Burgess. Now Coach Prock hollering out, where's the defense? We got to get a stop here. Mustangs, smart decision. They go right back to Griggs, and she draws another foul.
Jayla picks up her second, team's fourth.
Jayla Burgess whistling for the hack.
It's going to send Griggs to the line, shooting twice.
You know, first quarter, WT fans feeling good. It's 22-10. Second quarter, Midwestern State right now, 12-9 advantage. Chance to cut it to 7 if Griggs can make the free throws. She misses the first, and we'll have another one coming. We will have the men's game for you tonight following this one. WT men, they went pre-Christmas tournament in Las Vegas and lost to two very good teams by very slim margins, 1- and 2-point losses for WT. But the Buffs, Tom Brown's team, still undefeated in LSC play. Yep, good defense. Griggs stole it away. She had the position against Kamira Decker. Asia Himer forced that pass, and the Mustangs push ahead, trailing by 8. Stice back outside, a 3 put up off the front rim. That was close. Machenbacher collects the rebound. Good screen and a miss underneath, but Carly's there to clean it up. Himer was trying to avoid getting her shot blocked, missed the shot. But it went right into the hands of number 23. Machenbacher did the rest.
And the steal. Wow.
Yeah, Carly's turning on the defense here. Stalter lost the ball, got it back. She's going to be called for an offensive foul. It's an aggressive move by the freshman, but she used that shoulder, and that's going to draw the charge. That'll take us to the media timeout. So Mustangs putting up a fight. They have cut the lead to 10. We still have 4 minutes, 48 seconds to play before halftime, and it's WT leading 33-23. We're back right after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
For a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
.48 to play, first half, otherwise known as second quarter. Lady Buffs by 10 over Midwestern State, 33-23.
Yeah, right now, both teams doing a better job offensively. The shooting percentages are up here in this second quarter for the game. WT shooting 53%, Midwestern State 44%. And for MSU, they're going to get called for an offensive foul. This Chris Ray very upset here. It just feels like, ugh. It's the second time they've gotten called for an illegal screen. They've got to stay in a rhythm and not get back to what we saw in the first quarter, which was turning the ball over too much. Stalter drives, puts it up, and scores easily. I'd like to see her come back. You know, she got the charge the previous play, and she said, okay, I'll learn my lesson. Stice will take a deep shot, miss it, but Withy flies in, had the rebound, flips it back out to her teammate. 3, no good. Taylor hauls in the rebound. WT heating up 5 of their last 6. Taylor missed the shot. Looked like it was going to be a good look there for Lauren. Some balanced scoring for West Texas A&M. Taylor has 8, Thibach has 8, Machenbacher has 6. And Himer has 6. Inside, Sifawi.
She shuffled.
much to the chagrin of Buff Nation here. As you heard that groan. And a foul, Machenbacher bumped on the baseline.
Mustang foul.
Sifawi picks up her second personal. Machenbacher goes to the line.
Now this has been one area that we've seen WT really improve on this season, Ken, is the three-point shooting. Lady Buffs are 4 of 6 tonight. There have been some games this year where they've hit 10 or more three-pointers in one game. Last season, it was the defense and the interior offense that really led WT all the way to the Elite 8 as Machenbacher makes that 3. But Coach Prock recruiting some different players in this year, and he kept telling us last year, guys, trust me, the offense is going to get better, but the staple is always going to be the defense and the rebounding and the hustle and intensity. That's what we saw for all the seasons that he was at Eastern New Mexico. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in quarter number 2. Stice on the drive. Pass outside and a three-pointer way off the mark on the attempt from Maya Kendall. It's a 12-point lead for WT. Stalder passed the defense but turned it over, and she struggled on some of those passes tonight. Griggs in transition. Nice catch, and then keeps the ball high and finishes. Diamond Griggs, have yourself a first half.
16 points.
Wow. You know, the great thing, she's not missing much at the free throw line either. She's 6 of 7 there. Sam Roberts takes it to the hole and is fouled.
Maya Kendall's first.
Maya Kendall, freshman from Plano, picks up her first personal. Sends Roberts to the line shooting twice.
I think right now Coach Prock probably feels pretty good about the offensive execution in this half. It's the defense, surprisingly, that at times, I mean, he's has some things to be upset about. Give credit to Midwestern State for being aggressive, but this Lady Buff defense only allows 58 points a game. They try to pressure across the half-court line. Stice goes through the paint and scores. Off the window, nicely done there by Natalie Stice. Her first bucket after struggling. She was 0 for 4, now 1 for 5 from the field. Machenbacher past the defense, too strong. That Zam down underneath, hitting the boards hard and scoring.
Gets her first field goal of the afternoon. Has 5 points on the game.
Griggs with some muscle, shoots it over the defensive Kamira Decker, and Decker gets a rebound and shields it off. Coach Prock is furious. Felt like a foul should have been called on the other side. Coach, we got this, don't worry. A three-pointer for Zam Roberts. That always helps, right? 43-29. Lady Buffs trying to finish strong here. A minute and a half left in the first half. Griggs, left-handed shot, in and out. And I think it's WT ball. That ball was going out of bounds and I think was going to stay with Midwestern State, but at the last second, Griggs tried to save it and swiped it out of bounds. Kyla Kane will check in and give Carly Machenbacher a breather. I mean, outstanding balance for Lady Buffs. 6 for Himer, 8 for Roberts, 8 for Lauren Taylor, 8 for Machenbacher, and 8 for Thibach. Taylor, double team, pass outside. Kane was ready to shoot it on the mark, but missed it. It's going to stay with Lady Buffs, though. She's got a quick release as well. So 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. On the other side, we talk about this balance for WT. Midwestern State, Diamond Griggs, 16 of the 29 points, just not getting a lot of help. Himer will take a 3. Wow. Knocked it down, Asia Himer.
How about 3 of them in the half for Asia?
And again, she's one of those players that really doesn't matter how deep she is. She's ready to shoot, has a quick release. She has 9 points. Good response in the short corner by Mandy Withy. Kane backs down the defense, makes the shot, and wow. Christopher Ray, I'm with you, man. His arms are up in the air, and he's saying that was a push-off. I think Kane got away with one there. Still a sweet shot. Stice comes back, responds. Some good offense by both teams here to finish the half.
Lady Buffs looking to play the clock.
Yeah, Zam will use a ball screen.
Of course,
step back, and, well, they gave her plenty of room. Shazam from the top of the key. And the shot will not get off before the end of our first half. A great finish by the Lady Buffs. 51-33 will be the lead at halftime. And for WT, how about 7 of 10 from downtown in the first 2 quarters? Here's a look at that last one. Mistake by the ball defender. She goes under the screen of Lauren Taylor. Sam Roberts, easy money there. And the Lady Buffs lead big. Roberts with 11 points at halftime. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Kent will visit with men's associate head coach Chris Gove, talk about the Buffs matchup with Midwestern State coming your way later tonight. We're back after the timeout here from the First United Bank Center on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best. Beef in the heart of Texas. The Bud Light, proudly brewed in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lady Buffs knocking down 2 threes out of their last 3 field goals, take a 51-33 lead into the halftime locker room. And we're going to look ahead now. The Buffaloes host the Mustangs in our nightcap tonight. The Buffs come in 6-4 overall, but 4-0 in Lone Star Conference play. Midwestern State at 5-6 is 2-3 in conference play. We're joined now by associate head coach of the Buffaloes, Chris Gove. And Chris, first, the Buffs had a tough tournament right before the holiday. resulted in 2 losses, but the competition was tough. Your assessment of the Buffs' play going into the holiday break and then your practices since you've gotten back?
Yeah, that was it was a disheartening 2 games. There was two great teams. I mean, Missouri St. Louis, I don't see either of those teams getting to 3 or 4 losses this year. But in saying that, we had them beat. We should have won both of those games. And the thing is, you either do it or you don't. We didn't do it. You can't say, you almost won. To me, that's what losers say. So we lost. That's where we are now. I think we learned a lot from it. The main thing, and we've had great practices since we've been back, and the guys are ready to go. We've just got to get so much better defensively. Right now, teams are having their way with us. So we've changed some things up. We're going to go about some things different tonight. And to be honest, what the hell? Let's see how it goes.
Well, this is a Midwestern State team that has gone against what their strengths have been years past. Years past, you could look forward to them taking it to the rack and outmuscling you. This year's team wants to live and die outside the 3-point line.
They're off guard. He's shooting 25% from 3 this year, but 2 years ago he was a great player, and we went and scrimmaged them. It was the COVID year where we actually lost the title game, and the guy lit us up. And right now he's not shooting well. So even though his numbers don't look impressive with his percentage, we got to make sure this guy Ogechi cannot get any rhythm threes. Carter had his way with us a couple times last year, and we've got to make our guys are ready for him. If they beat us, they beat us. We're ready. Our guys are ready to go. I think we got a different taste in our mouth. I think we have a different vibe to us, but it's a good team. It's a really good Midwestern team coming in. There's a lot of experience. There's a lot of guys who've been playing for 3 or 4 years together there. So no different than any other game in the Lone Star this year, and especially this year in the Lone Star, there's every game, if you don't play well, you're going to lose. Yeah. If you play well, you're going to win, and you can run off 10 or 12 in a row. You can run them off the other way if it also. There's no top-of-the-line, top-tier team. Hopefully we're that team as things go on, but defensively, we've got to turn it up a notch and get better at that end first.
Now, looking at the Buffs offensively, Damian Thornton transfers in. He's doing a great job night in, night out. Julius Brown, since coming back from his family issues, has stepped it up. From there, it's a matter of on which night someone's wanting to take over.
Yeah, but we haven't. They've been good. Larry's been really good. We've had a lot of freak things with health and issues that you don't really get into, but Larry's great, and then he deals with his stuff, and there's things, and it's not up to him. He can't go. And he's been playing great lately. It's just being able to keep him on the court. We've had things on and off with guys being here, being gone. And once we can get ourselves together and still figure out, I've never been this far. We've never been this far and still not have a set rotation. Now we have a talent from top to bottom. And tonight and Sunday, we're going to try to figure out. You're going to be playing more guys. You're going to see more guys out there on the court tonight for longer, and we're going to be going up and down as quick as you think we play. Our goal is to play even faster at both ends starting tonight.
Well, one youngster that we've enjoyed watching in the early part of the season has been Ahmed Muhammad.
Yeah, he's Buff fans are going to love him. As good as he is on the court, he's even a better kid off the court. Takes coaching great, and the guy can really play and go. He's going to be the next in a long line of the guards that we've had starting when we got here with David and Tez and those guys and Quay and JoJo. He's going to be right there with them, and he's got the work ethic and attitude. Now, we just got to get better defensively. He's great. It'd be better if we had more size doing some things so we can contain people down low.
Normally at this part I say keys to tonight's game, but I think you've spelled it out. You got to get back and play some.
We got to cover some people. We got to cover some people with the pace of this game. I'm excited, looking forward to this because I think this is going to be a fun one for us, and it should be a fun one for the fans. Guys are ready to go, and we're playing a great team.
It'll be the Buffs and the Mustangs coming up after the Lady Buffs and Mustangs. We are at the half. West Texas A&M leads it 51-33. We'll take a break. When we come back, Lucas will have the halftime stats. You're watching Lady Buff basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We are at halftime, and the score, the Lady Buffs lead 51-33 over Midwestern State. We have some halftime stats for you to look at as the Lady Buffs hot shooting, really from twos, but especially from the three-point line. 7 for 10 there for WT, and it's been a lot of different players that have been getting in on the three-point parade. Asia Himer hit 3, Zam Roberts hit a couple, and Lauren Taylor hit 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Lady Buffs also very, very good at the free throw line, 12 or 14 there. Turnovers, 10 from Midwestern State. Again, they averaged 21. Lady Buffs commit 8 turnovers there. For Midwestern State, struggling from the three-point line, but doing a good job, again, battling back. They trailed, the Mustangs did 22-10 in after the first quarter. They were struggling to score the ball, and in the second quarter, MSU exploded for 23 points, which was great. The only problem was defensively they did not contain the Lady Buffs, especially at the end of the half when the Lady Buffs started getting hot. So they give up the 29 points to WT in quarter number 2. And that's where we stand right now, 51-33. Individually for Midwestern State, we have talked a lot with reason about number 24, Diamond Griggs, 16 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Also 6 of 7 at the free throw line, so a great job there for Griggs in 13 minutes of action. Natalie Stice has 4 points. Sifawi has 4 points. Eternity Jackson hit a three-pointer. And then Mandy Withy and Shaughnessy Miller each have 2 points, along with number 10, Kennedy Green. For West Texas A&M, balance, and more balance. Zam Roberts leads the way with 11 points. She has looked really good. 11 points, 4 assists, 13 minutes for Zam in the first 2 quarters. And then it's several players getting in on the scoring mix. Asia Himer, 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting. 8 points for Lauren Taylor to go with 2 rebounds. 8 points for Carly Machenbacher. She also has 3 rebounds. Nylam Thabach has 8 points, a couple of rebounds and a block. Jayla Burgess has scored 2. Kyla Kane, 3 points. And Holly Stalter with a layup. She has 2 points at the break. And so, Lady Buffs will take this lead into the third quarter. It's 51-33. We'll take our final timeout, come back with more action. You're watching West Texas A&M and Midwestern State here from the First United Bank Center in Canyon.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
life. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as we get ready to start the second half of play. Lady Buffs trying to win for an 11th time this season, trying to improve to 4-1 in Lone Star Conference play. Midwestern State trying to get their second conference win this year. They're 1-4. And also trying to improve that road record, just 1-4. MSU needs a good start here in this third quarter. It's going to be the Lady Buffs ball to start things off. Original starters back on the floor. They try a backdoor cut, defended well by the Mustangs. The post up to Taylor, shot just a little off, and good defense. Rebound cleaned up by Griggs. Here's Griggs outside to Miller. Man, nearly stolen by Taylor. Good recovery. Miller's going to try to drive past her. Travels.
It's the 11th turnover of the game against Midwestern State.
Lady the ball, everybody up.
You know, the fans at the First United Bank Center always stand until the opponent scores, and a lot of times that causes us to stand up, too. Lady Buffs getting sloppy with the basketball.
So it'll be number 10, Kennedy Green, that brings it up here for Midwestern State. Again, most of their success in the first half came. They're going inside to this young lady right here, Griggs. She's double teamed, splits the double team, missed the shot. Taylor comes up with the rebound, but she's quickly tied up. So the ball will stay right here with Midwestern State. Early third quarter, nobody scored yet, 51-33. Mandy Withy wants to drive, elevates, and nearly gets that jump shot to fall. It rattles out. Roberts defended well by Stice, former teammates at one time in Portales, now playing against each other. And a shot rattles in good for Carly Matzenbacher. You know, in the older days, Kent, we never would have said something like that. But nowadays, it's, you know, hey, we used to play together, and now playing against each other on different teams, and it is what it is in the transfer world that we are in.
I don't have to like it.
You don't. But I tell you what people do have to do in terms of coaches is you have to adapt.
Yeah.
And really, it's just trickled down. There's a steal. Griggs steals the ball away. She's going to go to the left side and score it. Went right at Thabach. Drew the foul and finished at the rim. Gotta love the tenacity.
It's going to be Nylam's third personal.
You see here a replay. Griggs runs through the pass, and then a lot of younger players are going to see Thabach trailing and kind of hesitate, maybe change the shot in midair. She went strong the whole time and said, "You want to come block this shot? You're going to have to come through me." And Griggs finished it, has a chance to make a three-point play if she can connect with this free throw.
At the line shooting for the Mustangs, Diamond Griggs.
Free throw's no good. And that's a silly foul there. Burgess had secured the rebound. Shaughnessy Miller just reaches in, bumps her, and picks up a foul. Ball goes back to West Texas A&M. Stalder in the game for the Lady Buffs. She'll check in and give Zam a breather. Kamira Decker also on the floor here for West Texas A&M. She's going to set a screen up top for Himayer. Good defense by the Mustangs initially, but then Stalder finds an opening. We've seen her do that a lot this year. If the defense is late, she's already up in the air.
Midwestern State foul.
Fouled and finishes. And again, you're seeing these plays here from a true freshman. The drive on the baseline.
Miller steps in too late. Picks up her second personal.
Good start to the second half by Stalder. She's a little frustrated. She had 4 turnovers in the first half, but getting her game going in this third quarter early. Free throw's no good. Himayer kind of taps it back out to Stalder. Lady Buffs get another possession. Leading 55-35. In spurts, Kent, this Midwestern State team has not looked bad. I mean, they really have competed well. Obviously, Griggs pacing them offensively, but they've done some good things and look better than what their record is.
The issue is you have to sustain. You can't just play in spurts.
Legal screen called against West Texas A&M. Ball's going back to Midwestern State. Was it Decker?
Kamira gets her third personal. Lady Buffs third of the quarter. And a travel. That's kind of what we were just talking about. You get a turnover at one end, and then you come in down the other end, and instead of taking advantage and scoring or even getting a shot off, you just turn it over.
Well, and before the game, when I was down on the floor and I talked to Coach Ray, I said, "Coach, what do you have drawn up tonight? Like, what are your keys? What are you looking at?" And he said, "It's very simple, consistency." He said, we've got to be consistent.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Lady Buffs lead now at 20, 55-35.
Foul as the ball was being driven by Kennedy Green.
They got Carly with her first.
Here's a look at that replay. Gets past Himayer, and then Carly a little late coming over the hip check. So Green up top. Again, works with that ball screen. Back to Griggs. Now Withy will try a jump shot way off the mark, but she did hustle in and get her own rebound. In the process, she traveled. So a slow start here in the third quarter. Just 4 points scored for each team.
But percentage-wise,
yeah.
Double T's field goal percentage now 58%.
Yeah, when they have not turned it over, it's been mostly success. Machenbacher slid past 2 defenders, missed the layup, and a late whistle that causes Coach Ray, just reading the body language, the hands are up on top of the head. And, I think he felt like his team had played pretty good defense. Let's see.
Second team foul.
Just kind of rode her with the body. For Griggs, that'll be her second.
2 AOMS free throws for Carly Machenbacher.
Carly goes to the line. She's 4 of 4 this afternoon.
Officials coming together to talk about something. And I'm wondering if it is who the foul went against, because you had Diamond Griggs at the bottom talking to the official, and she may have been trying to lobby for the foul to not be called against her, and to go against one of her teammates that did not have a foul already. How many did you say Griggs has, KJ?
Well, this will be her third.
Okay. So she has to go to the bench. That's not good news for Midwestern State, because she has been the scoring presence tonight for MSU. Free throw good for Carly.
Knocks them both down. 12 points for Machenbacher. Lady Buff lead 22.
They break the press, Midwestern State does. Withy goes right at the botch. That's going to be a travel or a jump ball. The botch went straight up in the air. And Withy went right into both hands. That ball went right into the hands of Thabach. Press in the backcourt. Stalder breaks it, pushes ahead. Carly Machenbacher fakes out the defense. Unselfish play, passes it inside to Thabach. Thabach is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. When the first half, Kent, those hands were over and she got the foul called against her. That time she went as straight up as possible. Look at this one again. Withy. And Thabach, we're getting to learn more about her as the season goes on. She's got some character. I mean, she smiles a lot and has fun. There's been a couple games earlier in the season where I think the officials had to tell her a couple times, hey, chill out a little bit, I mean, but she plays with emotion, has a lot of fun, and she is a very, very talented player. Transferring over this year after playing for Northwest Nazarene. She's originally from Boise, Idaho. Well, a drive. That was really just one player dribbling the ball the whole time. Stice. She went inside the paint, missed the shot. Lady Buffs, good defense. Their lead is 59-35. Nearly halfway through the third quarter. Stalder looking for somebody to pass it to and is fouled by Stice.
That'll be Stice's second. Team foul number 4 against MSU.
Natalie Stice. Midwestern State with her second personal.
You went back to the last game that the Lady Buffs had played, and it was a 16-point loss against number 9 Tampa. But at halftime, the Lady Buffs only trailed by 2. The other thing that you looked at with that game, Tampa was very talented. Coach Prock had told me, he said they had one of the best post players that we may see all season, and they had some athletic guards that did a good job defensively against WT. The other thing is Lady Buffs did not have – Zam Roberts played 7 minutes in that game. We are seeing tonight with her on the floor like we saw last year, Kent, which is, 30-plus minutes. Things go well for WT. Stalder is going to be at the line. I think the fouls for Midwestern State, they were over the limit. It's a different pace here in this third quarter, Kenton, and it's not much of a
that's
pace.
just it. There's what we've talked about from time to time. There's no flow. It's just one end, stop, go the other way, whistle. Not a fun style to watch.
Free throw off for Stalder. She'll have another coming. What are the free throws tonight for WT? They were pretty good in the first half. Holly makes the second one. Lady Buffs lead 60-35.
Yeah, Lady Buffs are 17 of 21 from the line.
Yep. Stalder trying to go for a steal is going to be whistled for a foul. Coach Brock disagrees. And maybe the media timeout, Kent, will change things up because it's just a kind of a slow-paced game here in this third quarter. Lady Buffs still lead big. It is 60-35, 4:56 to play in the third quarter. You're watching Lone Star Conference basketball action here from the First United Bank Center. We're back after these messages.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Lady Buffs lead it 60-35, 4:56 to play in the third. Midwestern State scoreless the last 3 minutes, 2 seconds. During that time, they've thrown the ball away 3 times, and the Lady Buffs have capitalized, going on a 7-0 run.
Well, I just saw a good sign, Kent. We had one of the fans up in the stands that was enjoying the popcorn, because before we started the game, you had some sad news for me. You told me
the popcorn machine was down.
Yeah.
One shot.
And I'm telling you, First United Bank Center, our friends at Aramark have some outstanding popcorn.
Score 60-36, 1 of 2 at the free throw line there for Midwestern State. So they're going to go full court pressure here and see if they can force some turnovers. They nearly do. Stalder loses the ball, double teamed, and it's going to be tied up, and ball will go back to Midwestern State. Good hustle. They did exactly what Coach Ray drew up.
Checking into the game for the Lady Buffs.
Going to see Sienna Lenz for the first time tonight. She'll check in for Stalder.
Holly Stalder.
Stalder comes over, and Coach Prock going to talk with the young freshman. And that is the thing. As a freshman, you're going to have your ups and downs. There's a 3 that is off the mark for Stice. There's another freshman for WT dribbling up, running the point, Kyla Kane. That gives Zam Roberts a chance to go on the perimeter. She's been hot tonight from the three-point line. Lenz will drive, left hand, fouled.
Mustang foul.
They whistle that one against
Yasmin Sifawi with her third
Sifawi.
foul.
There's a look at Lenz. Very strong with the ball. It's hard to block her shot.
Comes right in off the bench and offensively gets aggressive.
Good job by Sienna. Gets the second free throw there. Oh, wow, underneath.
There you go.
Spinning. Made herself dizzy nearly there.
Sifaway breaks a 3.5-minute field goal drought.
A sophomore from Madrid, Spain. Lynn, season opening again, and it's fouled again.
Stice going to pick up her third.
That has been in the half court something Midwestern State has struggled with, is containing the ball. And you see,
Sienna did a nice move when she started the dribble. We picked it up a little late there, but she did a head fake and then went left.
Yeah.
And Stice took the fake, and that opened the lane for Sienna to go to the basket.
Got the free throws, 63-38, West Texas A&M. Again, the Lady Buffs came into this game tonight only allowing 58 points per game, tops in the conference. They've made it difficult for Midwestern State to score in the first quarter, only giving up 10.
Midwestern State averages 71.
Yeah, and they've only allowed 5 points in this third quarter. Kane is open. In and out. For the Mustangs, you need a bucket here. Instead, they're going to get a whistle. Decker battling underneath with Yasmin Sifaway, and Decker commits the foul. And she knew exactly after they whistled her number or announced her number on the foul. Yep, I got 4. I got to go to the bench. So Sifaway will shoot a couple free throws as they're in the bonus. Nylam Thabach back in for West Texas A&M. Shot too strong. When we get a chance, Kent, let's check some of those Lone Star Conference scores again. And these two teams obviously will play similar opponents from that LCU Cameron game going on tonight in Lubbock,
which has 5 minutes to play in the fourth, with Lubbock Christian leading the Aggies 75-29.
Wow.
Eastern New Mexico, second quarter, leading UTPB 30-29.
There's a nice assist. Zam Roberts got deep in the paint, drew 2 defenders, and found a wide open Kyla Kane. Knocks down another three-pointer. Let's keep it here.
Oklahoma Christian leads UT Tyler late in the third, 44-40. They're just underway out in Silver City at Drags Court.
One of our favorite spots.
Angelo State, Western New Mexico, tied at 6. And a final, as we mentioned earlier, A&M International defeats St. Edwards 62-54. Texas Women's defeats UAFS 86-75. Some men's finals. St. Edwards defeats A&M International down in Austin 88-72. And early, actually midway through the first half, Dallas Baptist 20-10 over Arkansas Fort Smith. And in San Antonio, Johnny Estelle's Texas A&M Kingsville Javelinas with a 66-58 lead over St. Mary's. They've got 20 seconds left in that game. Everything else will be played tonight.
Well, you talk about that LCU score, and it doesn't, I mean, the margin is a little surprising, but LCU scoring a lot of points. Steve Gomez's team, you know they're going to be good every year. Last year, the Lady Buffs were able to defeat them here at home at the regional tournament.
And as we get some games under our belt in conference, we'll start splitting them up into East and West divisions.
That's right.
It's too early, really, right now for that to make a difference. We've got teams that are 4-0 in conference, but they've all been out of division. So let's wait a week or so.
They're going to call an offensive foul against Sienna Lenz. They said she pushed off. So the ball's going back to Midwestern State. She had a strong drive, but got that offhand up just a tad. 66-40 lead here for the Lady Buffs. 2.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. Glad to have you with us here for our last game in 2022. Nice shot. Markayla Johnson. Teardrops, that one.
Created some space and made the mid-range jumper.
So 2 good possessions back-to-back there for Midwestern State. Nearly a turnover there by WT, pressuring Zam Roberts, trying to turn her over, which is very difficult to do. So she just takes it all the way. It is good to see number 11 back on the court, playing like her old self here. That is now, for Zam, 13 points. Steal, and they'll push ahead. Zam throws it ahead to Lauren Taylor. And she's blocked. Sifawi with a big block. Good defense by the Mustangs. Stice past the defense. Left-handed layup won't fall. And the other number that's, with Zam, the 5 assists. So good at finding her teammates.
Like that?
Yep. Kane almost lost it. And on the pass out to the perimeter to Lenz, she was fouled.
Stice called for her 4th.
That's personal foul number 4.
A couple of subs in here for WT. Holly Stalder will check in along with Skylie James.
Holly Stalder and Skylie James. Stepping to the AOMS free throw line, Kylie Kane.
And Kane makes the first free throw. She now has 7 points tonight. Make it 8. Again, Midwestern State playing with Griggs on the bench. And she's been their leading scorer tonight. Sifawi tries one inside, and a late whistle. Thabach will be guilty of a
Island's 4th.
Yeah, she got in, tried to get her another block, and instead picked up her 4th foul. Sifawi is going to shoot 2 free throws, and that gets Jayla Burgess up off the bench. She'll check in for Nylam. Chris Ray, look at him on the side there. Kent, 3rd season, 32 wins, 34 losses. Pretty good against WT. He's 2-2 against West Texas A&M. Last year, this Midwestern State team was 14-13. They were 8-8 in Lone Star Conference play, and lost on that play-in game on the Lone Star Conference Tournament Championships. Free throw good there by Sifawi. Traditionally, though, Midwestern State's been a very good program in the conference.
They went through that rough period where their previous head coach, Noel Johnson, passed with cancer. Chris Ray was her longtime assistant. He's been around this program a long time. Excellent coach and a super person. And then, taking over under those circumstances certainly was difficult. And he's getting things going now, trying to get the program back on its feet after going through that. And it's not easy, and there are elements that you can't really explain that he's having to deal with. But you got to believe he'll get it done.
Well, he's one of the good guys.
Yeah.
I mean, just a solid guy. Played at Midwestern State. In fact, my son coming into the gym today thought he was one of the players. Said, "Dad, is that one of the men's players?"
He told me, Coach Ray told me before the game, he's quit trying to play basketball. The knees won't take it.
Yep.
He has taken up cycling, and he likes to get on his bicycle and go 4 or 5 hours.
It's got to be one of the biggest guys on a bike, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Just 1 second left in the quarter, and that shot just a little short from Eternity Jackson. So, strange third quarter, but after 3, the score, West Texas A&M leads 70-44 over Midwestern State. We'll be back with fourth quarter action from the First United Bank Center after this timeout.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shim & Dillon Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim & Dillon Group for your appointment today.
All right, we're ready for quarter number 4 as the Lady Buffs have looked solid tonight. They lead 70-44, and Kent, you're going to win a lot of games when you shoot 57% from the field.
20 of 35 from the floor. Midwestern State was in the 30s, but they picked it up a bit. 17 of 39 is 44%, but WT 8 of 12 from three-point range, 67%. Mustangs just 1 of 6. 17%. Lady Buffs have been to the line 27 times, knocked down 22. Midwestern State 9 of 16. Turnovers fairly even. 18 for Midwestern State, 16 for the Lady Buffs.
It's a layup in transition, and I thought that was a double dribble, but it just happened so quick that Jackson was able to continue the play and dish off to Shaughnessy Miller. Here's a three-pointer from Macaulay Gregory that was off the mark, but her teammate Nylam Thabach was in the right spot and was fouled after gathering the offensive rebound.
Macaulay was going for the assist off the glass there.
Always use the glass, whether it's a shot or a pass. So Thabach, here's a look at this.
So Damon Griggs picks up her second.
Yeah, earlier it had showed she had 3 fouls, and that's why she came off. But maybe they made an adjustment. Thabach makes both free throws. Man, she's been good tonight, continuing her solid play. She's in double figures. Has 12 points to go with her 4 rebounds. Lady Buffs in that third quarter outpaced Midwestern State 19-11. So they've had a quarter where they only allowed 10 points and a quarter where they only allowed 11. Foul whistled against WT. Midwestern State keeps it. Shot clock resets to 20. Also in the game here for WT, Zoe McBroom. Thabach, he was trying to avoid the foul, and she still picked up the foul.
That's her 5th.
So now she walks over after picking up the 5th foul, and Kamira Decker. I don't know about this one, KJ. I feel like she's trying to back up. I guess does get the arms over a little bit.
Out. I mean, that's a tough one.
You know, she's such a good shot blocker that maybe sometimes she gets a little too anxious, because we've seen her when she goes straight up and then has that jumping ability. She's usually affecting the shot, if not blocking it. Free throw's good for Griggs. Bright future that she has.
She has 20 points.
Yeah. Go on the road at the defending conference champion, and she has not flinched. Turnover by WT in transition. That'll be a charge. Griggs runs through Holly Stalder. That's just a smart defensive play, because Stalder kind of sensed that Griggs was going to spin, and she set up right where Griggs spun to. In the fourth quarter here, 8 minutes and change remaining. Kyla Kane fires up a 3 off the mark, and Midwestern State able to snag the rebound. Maya Kendall, a freshman from Plano, on the floor here for MSU. Oh, good footwork and a nice finish. Griggs scores again over Kamira Decker.
She worked for that.
Yes, she did. And avoided the travel. That was the impressive
that's
thing.
what I was looking for. Never changed pivot foot.
Some pressure on the perimeter here from Midwestern State, trying to get the ball back, trailing now by 22 points. Gregory's open from the top, off the mark. Good hustle by Zoe McBroom. She'll put up a quick 2. And the crowd wants a bucket. They're groaning, gasping. Shaughnessy Miller posting up against Burgess, gets the ball, and now goes to work. Oh, great defense by Jayla. Blocked the shot.
Comes up with the basketball.
Ahead to Gregory. This time, the 3 is good for Macaulay Gregory. 25-point lead for West Texas A&M. And that was the 9th three-pointer made by the Lady Buffs.
Yeah. Going to call the offensive? What are we doing here?
Oh, they called it on Burgess.
They got Jayla.
That was interesting, Kent, because Miller, it almost like she took the ball and set it away from her hands.
And pushed, She initiated the contact. Let's see if we have a replay of that. Here we go.
We do. Thank you, Jacob.
Stop
see
the
her
ball.
right here. Yeah, right before she put the ball on the floor. Kind of gave just a little bit of a nudge. That's why Burgess was clapping her hands. She felt like she had drawn the offensive foul. Instead, Burgess picked up the foul. She comes to the bench. Skylie James on the floor. It's a non-shooting foul, so Midwestern State inbounds underneath their own bucket.
Nice.
And they get the layup, the back door. Here's a 3, too strong for McBroom, and a good rebound by Midwestern State. Mustangs outscoring WT so far in this quarter, 8-5. They go right back to Griggs. She'll turn, miss the shot, battle for the rebound, and a foul. I think they're going to call this against WT again.
Are they going to call Skylie James for this?
I think so.
I think they did. I thought she had possession.
Here's a replay. It's good defense initially by Decker. Yeah, that looks like Withy's kind of coming over the back, but I really would have just had that one as a no call either way. And a travel.
Good thing Christmas is past, because I don't know that these refs are going to be on the Christmas card list for Buff Nation.
You can always tell, Kent. The sounds, you don't always have to have the sights. It's just the sounds.
Just the sound.
Sometimes of the fans in attendance here at the First United Bank Center. Lady Buffs have been cruising through most of the night. Macaulay Gregory open again, off the rim, and that one goes out of bounds back to Midwestern State. Shooting percentage down just a little bit for WT, but still over 50%. Midwestern State at 45%. The three-pointer has been the biggest difference. Lady Buffs have hit 9, Midwestern State just 1 of 6. Griggs at the elbow. Passes up over to the opposite side, Withy. Back to number 2, Sheridan Bostic, but a whistle, and
they got Withy with the offensive foul.
And I'm telling you, those are the plays that Coach Ray is just thinking, we cannot make those mistakes. Cannot get those turnovers on moving screens, fouls away from the basketball. McBroom open. And McBroom hits. Zoe with the three-pointer.
I know you've been waiting for the final from Rip Griffin Center. Lubbock Christian's women defeat Cameron.
Did they get 100?
85-34.
Okay.
Aggies will be here Sunday, 1 o'clock, to take on the Lady Buffs.
Another bucket inside for Diamond Griggs, who, if people weren't already paying attention in the conference, they definitely will be after tonight. 24 points for Diamond Griggs on 7 of 14 shooting. Another three, nope, this time a good block from Withy, but it falls into the hands of Skylie James, and then James turned it over. Yeah, so Griggs has 24. Sifawi has gotten herself going. She has 10 points. And the next closest player in points is Shaughnessy Miller with 4. That's the media timeout here in the fourth quarter. 4:39 still to play. And WT leading easily over Midwestern State here in the fourth, 78-54. We're back after this timeout.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
.54, Lady Buffs in cruise control, 4:39 to play. WT 22 of 44 from the floor, 50%. How about 10 of 20 from three-point range, also 50%. 24 of 29 from the line. Midwestern State 21 of 45, 47% from the field. Just 1 of 6, 17% from three-point range, and they've dropped in 11 of 18 free throws. Something we really haven't talked about, rebounding. Neither team has a decisive margin there. Lady Buffs hold a 28-21 edge.
Withy, good position inside, but missed 2 easy bunnies there. Midwestern State goes to a zone. They're going to trap out of that in spots. Gregory flashes at the elbow. Nearly had that 2-point jump shot to fall. Lady Buffs come with McBroom, Skylie James, Kyla Kane, Gregory, and Sienna Lenz. There's a nice shot knocked down in the corner by Sheridan Bostic, the senior from Pflugerville, with the three-pointer. There are 6 seniors on this roster for Midwestern State. There's a freshman who fires a three-pointer and hits it, Kyla Kane. She is in double figures now, has 11, joining Zam Roberts, Carly Machenbacher, and Nylam Thabach, already scoring over 10 points tonight. Withy, turnaround shot, no. Good hustle to get that rebound, though, by Bostic. Jackson will take a step back 3 and hit it. Nice outside release there. A couple of threes that Eternity Jackson has made. And so we look at Coach Ray Kent with the 6 seniors next year, whether it's young players or players that transfer, he's going to have to bring in some talent. There's Macaulay Gregory with the nice stroke. Two and a half minutes to play. Lady Buffs lead by 23 points. Withy cannot get that shot to drop. Again misses it. Blocked from behind. A foul will be called. Withy has to be thinking, what did I do here to... I mean, these shots inside, that's about 5 that she's taken that are just not falling.
Midwestern in the double bonus.
There's one. Good hustle, get the rebound, go right back up. Nope, blocked. Foul.
Shooting, Mandy
So
Whitney.
2 free throws here for Withy. The senior played her high school ball at Granbury. Second in the conference coming into tonight's game in total rebounds. And a steal, a quick steal in the backcourt, and a layup good for freshman Maya Kendall. Cuts the lead back to 20. McBroom up top, directing traffic, will dribble it down to the right wing. Dangerous pass, but James catches it. Kane, another three, hit the side of the backboard. Mustangs push ahead. And splash from the right wing for Maya Kendall. Coach Brock not happy as this lead is shrinking, still big at 17 points, but
the Mustangs were 1 of 6 from three-point range. In the last 2.5 minutes, they're 3 of 3. Let's revisit the offense, shall we?
They may be putting up some more threes on Sunday on the road at Lubbock.
They're going to need 2 down there.
Yeah. Turnover, Skylie James throws it to Midwestern State, so the Mustangs push ahead. They'll put up a 3, and they will hit it. Just forget the offense, and just as soon as you cross half court, first player open on the three-point line, put it up. Wow.
They went from shooting 17% to 44% in 4 shots.
That last one was Bostic. McBroom will try to answer, and she will. Zoe McBroom, knock it down, sister.
Zoe McBroom.
Ahead to the Mustangs, to Maya Kendall. Griggs tried to get it inside to Withy. Ball still loose. Kendall will shoot it long. Good hustle by McBroom to get on the floor and force the jump ball. It's going to stay with Midwestern State with just 27 seconds to play. Kendall to throw it in. .12 seconds on the shot clock. They go into Griggs. What a catch. She scores. There's been 4 or 5 different Lady Buffs that have defended Griggs tonight, and they've all been scored on.
Yeah.
Just 10 seconds left, so Kyla Kane walks it up, and she'll dribble the timeout. Lady Buffs are going to win this one tonight, pick up an 11th win of the season as Buff Nation shows their appreciation. In conference, the Lady Buffs will improve to 4-1. Midwestern State will fall to 3-9 overall, 1-5 for MSU in conference play. The final score tonight, 86-71. West Texas A&M gets the victory. We'll step aside for a quick timeout, come back, have the post-game show for you, and get you ready for the men's game as well. Final from the FUB tonight, 86-71. Lady Buffs victorious. We're back after these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Taking on the Mustangs of MSU.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center here with Zam Roberts as the Lady Buffs finish off Midwestern State tonight. Get off to a good start here in conference play again as you come back from the Christmas tournament. You get the win tonight, 86-71. Zam, you had missed several games this year with a little bit of an injury, but tonight I felt like you looked like your old self. 13 points, 5 assists, a couple of steals as well. So first talk about individually how you felt tonight leading your team.
I felt really good tonight, honestly, just physically playing and then just being out on the court is so much fun and being able to do what I do with the teammates. Like, I like to find the open people and create stuff, so I felt like confident in doing that tonight. You
made some moves, where I felt like you almost had to kind of go into the defense and just test out that knee and just make sure things were good. But as the game got going, you started to feel more confident? Yes, I did. Especially defensively, that was kind of the only thing I was questioning. But I feel really confident in it. So 86 points, 12 three-pointers by this team. We've seen a lot of games where you've made a lot of threes. Talk about this. It seems like a big strength for the team this year. Yes, I think everybody on the team can shoot, even the post. Like it's pretty consistent. So that's a big threat because we have big posts, and if we have all the guards that can shoot, we're a double threat, and it's really hard to guard us. And so having all the people step up and shoot threes opens up our posts, and vice versa. So it's just a good team basketball way to be able to hit threes. Well, she did a great job tonight. We'll let you celebrate with your teammates. You'll be back on New Year's Day. We'll take on Cameron. So congratulations, great job tonight, Zam. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll bring in Coach Michaela Connor here next, and we'll visit with her. Lady Buffs, again, get the win tonight. Congratulations, Coach, 86-71 over Midwestern State. It was kind of different stories in different quarters. The game started out a little slow, kind of called a timeout. You got going in the second quarter, though, and we saw some really good things tonight from the team.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of always expect we might come out a little slow after a 7-day break. But that's kind of why we wanted to throw in a little bit of pressing, throw in a little bit of trapping to try to get us going as the game went on. So I thought that we executed at that pretty well. Talk about Zam. I was just visiting with her, and she had 13 points, 5 assists, played more minutes tonight, obviously, than what she did in Tampa. So it seems like you're getting her healthy again. Talk about what she does for this team, just kind of making other players better. Oh, Zam has been a key piece. Obviously, I've coached her whole career. Lucky me. But just having her back obviously steps our level of leadership up. She does an excellent job talking with the team, telling them where they need to be, as well as stopping the ball in transition. She is like a very, very key piece that I think we've struggled a little bit without her, but it's so good to see her getting back in a rhythm, see her talking, see her scoring, see her getting steals, because that's what she does. It was good balance tonight. You had a lot of different players getting in the mix scoring-wise, doing defensive things as well. What's something just you want to take from this one tonight and improve on a little bit as you're going to come back quickly and take on Cameron on Sunday? Just working on staying down on defense and not fouling as much. I think that we have to kind of adjust to whatever the referees are calling, whether they're calling it tight, whether they're calling it loose. And I think that's something that, we'll grow with over time, but that's a big thing. I think that has affected us even in some past games where we might got in a little foul trouble, so we have to change the lineups up. But I think if we can really focus on that in practice and focus on not fouling, that's going to help us in the future.
Coach, congratulations. Let's get a win in 2023 on Sunday. Good job.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up from the First United Bank Center. Lady Buffs, big win over Midwestern State here tonight at the First United Bank Center.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Final score for the Lady Buffs and the Mustangs, 86-71, a win for West Texas A&M in front of the home fans. And they get back after the break and start conference play the right way, or restart, I guess, conference play, you should say. But 86-71 the final, the score, quarters, WT 22, 29, 19 points in the third quarter, and then 16 in the fourth. Midwestern State, 27 points in the fourth quarter. I know Coach Prock not going to be happy about that, but the Mustangs, they did some good things tonight, even in the loss, some things that Coach Ray can probably use and work on as they continue to move forward. But in the end, Lady Buffs, the hot shooting, the big difference in this game.
Well, for Midwestern State, you got to shine the light on Diamond Griggs. She had an outstanding game, but again, it was inconsistency. The turnovers were very even between Midwestern State and WT, but it's where they fell for Midwestern State. They would get a stop and then they'd turn it over at the other end rather than get points off turnovers. For WT, I think you look at the first 3.5 quarters when they built that 25-point lead and they were rolling. Now, late in the game, WT had their youngsters on the floor, no excuse for giving up points, but it wasn't the lineup that you start the game with, and Midwestern State started taking threes. I mean, they had only taken 7 3-pointers through the first 3 quarters, and then down the stretch, they knocked down 4 in a row, and that's 12 points that comes awfully quick. But overall, great way, even though the New Year's not until Sunday, great way to get back into the new year of basketball. Because as we say, it starts today and it goes hopefully until the 3rd week of March.
Lady Buffs had obviously Zam Roberts, who I got to visit with, 13 points, 5 assists, a couple of rebounds, and a couple of steals as well. Machenbacher in double figures with 12 points. Nylam Thabach had 12 points. She did foul out late there in the fourth quarter. 8 points for Lauren Taylor, 5 for Holly Stalder, 2 points for Jayla Burgess, 6 points for Zoe McBroom, hit a couple of threes in the fourth quarter. Asia Himer, 3 3-pointers made. She scored 9 points. Macaulay Gregory with 5 points. Sienna Lenz, 3. points, all from the free throw line. Kyla Kane scored 11. She was good tonight. Kane was shooting 3 of 7 from the field, a couple of three-pointers she made, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. For Midwestern State, again in the loss, Diamond Griggs, 26 points, 4 rebounds, a great performance for the freshman from Waco. Also in double figures, Yasmin Sifawi with 10 points, a couple of rebounds, 7 points for Maya Kendall, 6 points each for Jackson and also Eternity Jackson and number 2 Sheridan Bostic. So the final score, Lady Buffs win it easily, 86-71. Thanks for watching the women's game. We'll take a timeout, come back, and we'll get you reset here for WT Men and Midwestern State. I'm Lucas Kinsey. Thanks for watching the Lady Buffs and Mustangs here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.